Hey gang, it's a new year, and that means new creepy shit. And some of our favorite videos to talk about are Bigfoot. This week we have some more compelling Bigfoot videos for you to check out. Are they real? We don't know. But you can be sure we're going to give our thoughts because this is kind of creepy.
This is kind of creepy. Goosebumps rising up my spine. This is kind of creepy. Chills and thrills. The night is mine.
All right, guys. So we're back, and is it fair to say that Bigfoot is one of our favorite topics?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm even wearing Bigfoot pants right now. That's real.
I thought you were going to say I'm even wearing big boy pants. Right?
I got my big boy pants on.
All time, man.
They got Bigfoot on.
Bigfoot is also some of our most popular videos have been some of the Bigfoot ones. That and the weird Missouri. They both start with a M. UFO or UAP video. Those are some of our most famous. But Bigfoot's probably one of our favorite things to talk about. I think in the world of the paranormal where we question things, the only questions we usually have at Bigfoot is this some AI crap or is this, which is getting harder to tell.
Yeah.
We'll say it's getting harder to tell. But today I brought a slew of Bigfoot videos that Matt has not watched. Now, whether he's seen them or not, we don't know yet. We won't know until we watch them because we watch a lot of videos. But he has not seen what I brought. And to make things interesting, we actually have a viewer submission that just happened to time out perfect with this episode. Yeah. So we're going to do that too. We were sent in a Bigfoot clip. And have you watched it?
Nope.
Oh, man, it's compelling. It's very short.
I purposely didn't because I was like, this might make it on the show. I'm just going to... I'll send it to Jay maybe.
His timing was impeccable.
I was told I went ahead and sent it to the email.
Jacob,
I was like,
your timing
cool.
was impeccable.
Yeah,
it was just perfect timing. So we'd already put this one together, and I was like, I got it actually this morning, and I was like, sent it right over, and Matt put it in. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about some Bigfoot videos, and I'm going to give you what information I have, which is some, not a ton, because there never is. But and then Matt's gonna watch them, and I think the way we're gonna lay this out is I'm gonna save my. Now I've seen these several times. Matt hasn't, and so I want to get your initial thoughts before I give my thoughts, and then we'll kind of break things down.
Okay.
So the first one comes from 2022, posted by Cryptid University on TikTok. There was not a ton of info here. I do want to say a couple things, though. The men who filmed it, they claim, and rightly so, if you watch the video, it does seem this way. They claim they didn't see anything until they watched the video back, and they don't act like they see anything. But these guys do appear to be Bigfoot hunters. Their channel on TikTok at Cryptid University, they do look like these actual guys. Like they're not just posting other people's videos. This is their videos. And I'm going to say this ahead of time because I really wasn't paying attention to it until I went back. There's a downed tree. They're in an ATV back in the woods on a path. There's a downed tree. They say that they think that this tree was actually broken and deliberately put in the path of the ATV. I don't know why they think that, but they do. Let's go ahead and watch the video, and then we're going to get Matt's thoughts.
Okay, I was just gonna say I think I just saw something in the woods.
You did running alongside.
Okay.
Well, don't worry. We do the slows and the zooms.
Okay.
Geez, where you get to drink all the time. It says, you meet a girl.
Now they do cut.
Same diseases, you know.
I don't know why. Cut when they're going. Yeah. I think it was just done for time. It was a TikTok clip.
I've already got thoughts.
So give me your initial thoughts.
That thing's hauling it through the woods, man.
It's hauling. Yeah.
It's keeping
looks
up with
big.
them. It looks very
You
big.
get to drink all the time.
Yeah.
It says, you meet a girl who's got the same disease as you do.
It always cracks me up, like the conversations people have when they're
Yeah.
just
Did
driving
you hear
through
what
the
he
woods.
said?
Somebody, she has the same disease or
You
whatever.
meet a girl that has the same disease. Okay. So what are your initial thoughts after having watched through this?
If it's fake, that's a big dude running through the woods in a costume. That's a big guy.
Yeah.
So
So I don't know. My thoughts on this one, it's kind of like, well, if they're faking this, they put forth one, they weren't concerned about the conversation they were having.
right,
Two, they put forth a lot of effort
to time
for
that.
very little, and they could have missed it. Now, don't get me wrong; they could have been like, "All right, we got to film it again. We didn't get
Yeah.
Charlie," But
Yeah.
it seems like you would try to keep him on screen a little bit longer, even if a few more seconds. It's
Yeah.
not on there very long, and yeah, like you said,
It's keeping up. Yeah, those ATVs are not slow. They're fairly fast. And like in order for them to be keeping up with it, if that's a guy in a costume, he had to have already had a head start on running. And it just coincidentally would line up with them.
It also makes sense to me that if this was a Sasquatch, that he would be running. Like he would hear the ATV and he'd be
Try to get out of the way and
try to
just
get away.
coincidentally gets caught on camera.
Yeah, so again, these guys are Bigfoot hunters. So that's one of those, I think, double-edged swords, right? When somebody is a Bigfoot hunter, because you get some people saying, "Well, oh, how convenient," but also it's like, well, yeah, but if they're out there all the time hunting,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. If they are Bigfoot hunters and they are trying to fake it, they don't give themselves a whole lot here to work with. So
Yeah.
Cryptid University over on TikTok. If you guys want to go over there and check them out, pay a little bit of attention, watch some of their other videos,
Yeah.
give your thoughts. But
we'll put their. I'm pointing right at it. Why is it backwards?
it's always backwards. We do this all the time.
So okay, let's break the fourth wall. I have a little magnet from if you know what this is from, let me know. I have that I point to so I can show where on screen I'm pointing, and I always point at the wrong direction, even though it's pointed right there.
He
So
gives
I'll put it
himself
up on there.
something to help, and it's
It's backwards
Pretty
for
good.
some reason.
So yeah, this was a
Put it
fun
over
one. I just like this sort of footage because it's not overdone.
Yeah.
It's not a person. I mean, not just that's not a ghillie suit.
Yeah, that's definitely not a ghillie suit. I will say though that let's go back to the size.
Shouldn't say it's not a
size of
person.
this thing.
It's not a person just in normal clothes. If it's somebody, they're
they're in a suit if that's anything. But again, they are very large. Like that is those trees. Granted, like if we knew the type of tree and all that, we could probably say like the trunks of these usually go from ground level to 15 feet high or whatever, and you could use something for scale like that.
Yeah.
But
and they might have.
they might have that on there, but I don't know. But it looks like a very large thing, either a person or a creature of some sort. I'm trying to choose my words wisely on some of these things because I don't want to like directly be like that's a Bigfoot when it's like clearly a dude in a suit. But to me, this looks legitimate. So
Yeah, me too. All right, well we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, so this next clip, I just call it Bigfoot at night. I don't even know if they were claiming this is a Sasquatch. I don't really know. All I know about this clip is it was reportedly filmed in Oklahoma. It's made its way around the internets and
starting to not trust Oklahoma Bigfoot videos though. So we'll see how this goes.
This one was really popular on Facebook. That's where I could find most of the info. Basically, what we see here are two bulky, upright very large creatures. They walk across the path. They look directly at the camera, which I think is a trail cam. And we get some definite eye shine. So let's go ahead and watch this one.
Okay.
Not a lot here, by the way. Not much. That's it. One smaller, one larger in the front. Actually, it can't be a trail camera. It's not.
Yeah, the camera's moving.
I
Yeah.
said that, but it's not.
Okay. Is there audio in this?
I don't think so. No.
I was gonna say I have it turned down. There's none.
All right. So this is the entire clip, but it's been making its way around the internet. It's been hugely popular. Okay. First thoughts.
Okay. Whatever they are, they're huge. The eye shine, definitely. I mean, we've talked about that in the past. Like it has to be very specific circumstances for a human to have eye shine.
I have a question, and maybe you know the answer. I don't. We could always look it up.
Okay.
Primates, do they have eye shine?
I believe so, and I will actually go ahead and look that up right now. Actually, do primates have eye shine?
But while he's looking it up, a word from our sponsor, Sprite's here. No,
Sprite.
if
Cappy.
you want to, I drink a lot of Sprite and 7-Up Zero. So if either of you guys want to sponsor us,
Oh, this is interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so according to the Google AI overview that I don't typically like to believe, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. That's a fun little update we can discuss. According to that, yeah, guys, Jay's not wrong. So he is, but he isn't at the same time. So
hey, please somebody mark that on a calendar.
Yeah, that I said that.
That I'm not wrong for once.
January 11th, 2026. Matt says Jay's not wrong. According to this, most primates, including humans, apes, and monkeys, do not have eye shine.
Makes it interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, because if that's the case, then what would Bigfoot be considered?
Right.
Would it be considered primate? Most people have, most people who believe, and I'm one of them, that Bigfoot is a physical creature, have tended to classify it in the primate type category. So, because it just kind of makes the most sense for what they're seeing. So, but anyway, we can look more into that, and I'll put info on the screen. I did it again. Put more info on the screen about what I find regarding eye shine.
So, what are your thoughts on this? Like, how do you feel about this one? I mean, I have thoughts, of course, but
okay, knowing that it's not a trail camera at this point, because we do see the camera move a little bit. They're not looking at a camera; they're looking at a person filming them.
Correct. I got this wrong. There is a trail camera one on here today, and I think that's why I was getting messed up. Obviously, there's a light shining too. We can tell.
Yeah.
And the shadow cast is very realistic. Okay, but go ahead with your thoughts first.
So also more, I would say, evidence towards it. Me leaning more towards it being a genuine video that was filmed rather than some kind of AI thing. Why would you put insects flying around in front of that camera? Like, those are probably moths of some sort.
Yeah.
So
they're attracted to the light.
Yeah. Why would you include that in the prompt? Unless you were like, let's make it as realistic as possible, but, I mean, there's the fact that there's more than one. They appear to have different coloration as well. One looks a little bit lighter than the other. And, kind of hunching down, which is the typical like walk that we see. This one's fairly convincing. And the fact that they're walking away from him, like they're just trying to get out of the area, which seems to be another type of behavior that we see a lot.
I am with you 100% on the fact that I do not believe this. This is not AI. This is real. They filmed this. It's the shadow casting off the trees. And stuff. It's just not AI. One of those shadows is a little weird to me. The tree, the third tree from the right. And when we do the close up, the shadow is like casting on something that I can't quite figure out. But that aside, I don't think this is AI. two things that, of course, give me pause because it's the way I am. It almost looks like they're wearing masks. Like everything else looks like a suit, and that looks because there's like no features in there, which is weird because I can see features. I can see some details on the trees and stuff,
Yeah.
but no features on the faces. Now that could be whatever.
Yeah.
The
Let's
other
see if I
thing
can
is
pause
I
it,
don't
too.
like where this video starts. I don't like that they sort of come from where they come from, and we don't see them leading up. Like
Yeah.
if this person just turned that camera on, they are standing very still.
Yeah.
Like usually when you first turn the camera on. But I do appreciate that the camera does pan to the right to try to follow them.
Yeah.
But again, without more video, without more information, I don't know.
Yeah.
This seems like a legit video, like somebody filmed it. Are they real Sasquatch, or
Yeah.
is it some kind of costume? Don't know. If anybody has info on this, if you
Yeah.
know anything about it, please drop it because I looked. Finding the video is easy; it's all over.
Yeah.
But finding information, and like I said, I heard it was filmed in Oklahoma, but you know how that goes too.
Yeah.
People,
Oklahoma is apparently just, full of scammers. I'll just say that. And if you guys want to prove me wrong, send us some real legitimate Bigfoot videos from Oklahoma.
yeah,
'Cause
please.
You guys tricked us the one time, and I'm kind of,
So-
fool me once. Shame on whatever George W. Bush said that one time.
Shame on somebody. Here's my thing, and this is legit. We are as honest with you guys as we can be.
Yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt. No, we really are. But there are a lot of Bigfoot channels out there, and yeah, I'll say Bigfoot channels that are just not the researchers, people that just put together Bigfoot videos and you watch them one right after the other.
Yeah.
And I have noticed that when I do research, these guys will just put a backstory behind it. And I'm like, when I research, I'm like, that's not at all.
Yeah.
Where did they get that? And
It
I'm
almost
sometimes
becomes a
thinking,
creative writing
did they
exercise.
just make something up and slap it on there? Like, and so that's what I mean. Was it Oklahoma? I don't know. I read that it was, and that's as much information as I could find. If you could actually find the person who posted it, they could have been anywhere. You know what I found out? Matt and I were talking about this week. I didn't know Ohio was like the third largest Bigfoot sighting place.
Yeah, and
In the
we'll go
US.
back to the drone video footage that we put up a while back. That was in Ohio. That was
The
Salt
two
Fork
guys.
or whatever.
Yeah, Salt Fork, which isn't it's not too far away from me.
And apparently, there's so many sightings in there that whenever you mention that you saw Bigfoot in Salt Fork, people are just like, yeah, like it's just accepted that you're gonna see them. Like that's where they're at. So
I think I originally had a Bigfoot video from Ohio to add today, and then I think like I was having some issues finding like certain bits of information on it, so I just kind of decided to leave it off for now, and I would research it some more. But all right, so that was what we have this week is some that seem a little more legit to me, some that are questionable. The next one to me, this one's really hard to dispute. This next video is one of those hard to dispute ones, and I'll get into why I think that is after we watch it. So I like to call this one Bigfoot at Work. We got a heavy equipment operator, works for the National Parks Wildlife Corridor, which I think is out in Canada, I believe. So he's out in the woods, heavy equipment operator, he's clearing trails. I don't know what for. I didn't check. So the footage captured here is from multiple cameras that the corridor has set up throughout the work area. The first thing I want to say is this is not that unusual.
yeah, it's a work area for a federal thing. They're probably trying to film everything just in the event
not
of
even
some kind of
just that.
safety issue.
There are safety issues. They leave
Theft.
equipment out in these woods
Yeah.
For days. So theft purposes, so it's not uncommon to have cameras out there. And these days, having video cameras is even more
Just
common.
smart.
So
Yeah.
this guy's out there working. He's clearing trails, and let's go ahead and play the video.
Okay.
And we're gonna get multiple angles here. Only one of the Bigfoot, but multiple angles of his work. I guess I should be clear about that.
Turn the video up in case it's needed. Or the audio, rather.
Here you go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now we're going to zoom a little bit. There's a face. It's awful hairy, though. Like, I mean, it's got a freaking mane, man, around that face.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Okay.
really bulky.
Yeah. It's extremely bulky.
All right. Initial thoughts. Hit me with them.
Okay. I have, and I will be very glad to be proven wrong on this. I'm recognizing I'll just say a familiar Bigfoot.
Oh, I want to point something out. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Especially on that in that last bit, pay close attention. He's looking over his shoulder. He looks over his shoulder towards the direction as if he heard something. But go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Okay. So we've played a clip in the past that, and this is the only part of like skepticism that I have with this, because it seems like a very inquisitive creature that is like, hey, what's going on over here? Let me check this out. But the bulkiness of it,
Very bulky.
very, very bulky. And you said you know the source of this video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was I have it. Hold on. The National Parks Wildlife Corridor.
Okay.
That's reportedly who I heard it. Now, if you watch this last little bit, he'll look over his shoulder. Watch his, not this one, but this is too zoomed in. You can't see him. But as we do the final little still shot, whatever, it's just, see there, he's looking back. Now he could just be looking back because he's backing up or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put a little bit of skepticism out on this one, and only for one reason. The bulkiness of it looks very familiar to another video that we played of somebody who's considered a known hoaxer. And this is why I'm saying the skepticism. I won't say their name on here just because I really don't want to give them any more attention than they already get. But we've actually featured 2 of their videos unknowingly. One of them, I think we knew who it was, and then the other one we went back and found out that it was them. They make Bigfoot videos of a guy in a suit, and it is extremely bulky. Like, it looks like the head is just...
I mean, I know who you're talking about.
White. Yeah. Okay. It looks like that suit. Like the one that I'm going to refer to, there was a park ranger that was like walking through the woods, and it was like he walks through the woods, and then behind him comes an alleged Sasquatch. This looks like it might be that same suit. That's the only reason that I'm going to have any kind of skepticism on this one, because one, this guy is clearing areas out in the woods. He's probably fairly remote when he's doing that. So having somebody out there walking around in a suit,
it looks like there's a pretty open area right there beyond those trees. So
yeah, I mean, they could just be like making a dirt road to
totally 100%.
get somewhere. So
all right, so
but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it, is just based purely on, we'll call it the fluffiness of that suit, or of that suit, the fluffiness of the creature. It doesn't look like it's cold, which would be, it's got its winter coat on or something. It's, bulked up, and not like like an actual jacket, but I mean, like,
right.
how a dog or whatever, it gets colder, their fur gets a little fluffier to insulate. But That's kind of, and Connie will love this. There's a lot of birch trees in the background. It's my favorite tree, as I think I've mentioned on the show before.
Matt,
I love
he gets
love
going on
birch
trees, man. We can't ever get him when he gets going on trees.
Birch, cypress, oak. There's all kinds of trees are great.
All right.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
so I said going into this that it's hard to like argue. What I should have said about that is it's hard to argue the legitimacy of this video.
Yeah.
This is not. This is clearly.
This was filmed on a camera. This is not AI. I will agree with you there.
And what I guess I should have said too is, I don't think certain aspects of this are fake at all, because why would you, like, he's out there doing something like for a reason. He's clearing stuff for a reason. Here's where my issues start to come in. The size almost looks like a ghillie suit. It
looks more human than.
But when we go close up, because we're about to do it, I want you to watch the arm movement. Imagine wearing a heavy coat and that kind of like the way the arms don't go down.
I can't put my arms down. Yeah,
that's exactly what I think, though. So that's the first thing I want you to pay attention to. The other problems I have are, of course, watch his arms. Watch them clearly. They won't. Yeah. They're stiff, as if he's wearing something bulky up there. So the other issues I have, once again, why does the video end where it ends? Why don't we get to see this thing walk away somehow? Why don't we get to see where it goes? Why did they cut it where they cut it? Why don't we have more footage?
Also, the legs look really short, which, I mean, we've kind of heard, they have like longer, more ape-like arms than like kind of shorter legs and like a long torso, almost gorilla-like. But
now
everything's usually a little bit more proportional. On this, it looks like just human legs and arms.
I should have done, and it's almost like these other shots. It's funny that these are added into the video, but not more of the creature, almost as if, and they want me to believe these are multiple cameras set up in this workstation, which they may be.
Yeah.
I should have done my research on one thing that I'm going to ask Matt to look up really quick while I talk. Matt, Can you look up the National Parks Wildlife Corridor?
I was thinking about that, actually. Natural or national?
National. I'm sorry. National Parks Wildlife Corridor. So let's assume that's a real thing, which we're about to look into, which I should have done. And let's assume
National Parks Wildlife Corridor.
Yeah.
Wildlife corridors, U.S. National Park Service.
So I'd read somewhere that this was in Canada.
Hang on.
But already we're starting discrepancies. What if...
Okay, so a wildlife corridor is a designated area that connects wildlife populations that have been separated by human activities or structures. So, and they actually include an example, which we've actually talked about on here before, like the bridges that go over highways that are meant for wildlife to cross. That's considered a wildlife corridor. So them making a path through there, I think the wildlife would be fine getting through that area on their own.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's my next thought. Okay.
But that official, like,
hey, man,
government name.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
It's a type of thing, but it's not like a department of some sort.
Hey, man, we like to make these videos. We like to fake these videos. Hey, Bob's going to be out there working, man. Let's just do one while he's out there. And it gives us so much credence and gives us it makes us look so much more legit. Now, don't get me wrong. This camera shot, it's high up, man.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all stationary too. I can add, the zoom was added in later. Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
These are all stationary shots. So it does add to the fact that these would be cameras that were just set up, but they could be, like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
The two things that cause me problems are not the size of it, like that it's tall. It's massive though.
Yeah.
It's that it's so freaking bulky, and the way, like Matt said, the legs move, it feels like a person wearing a bulky outfit.
Yeah.
And the fact that we don't get to see where it goes.
Yeah. It just kind of is there and then disappears. Yeah.
Why would you cut it right there, and why wouldn't you give us all the footage? So It's an interesting one. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, this one has to be real," and I'm like, I don't really know, man. It would be a lot to go through to fake again, unless you just happen to know somebody that was doing this stuff already. What if this dude literally owns this land and he's clearing it to build a cabin though, and they already know that? Like,
Yeah.
just because they tell us it's the National Parks Wildlife Corridor doesn't mean it is. So,
Right.
so there you go.
And while we're here, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm on the person whose page I think this might be, and I'm looking to see if there's anything. They actually haven't posted anything in a month, which is kind of surprising.
Oh, you're saying the people that
the person I suspect
you were going to see
it
if
may
they had
be.
it posted on. I can tell you that's not where I got it, but
Yeah.
you were seeing if
Yeah.
they had it posted on there.
So there's a lot of like reshare type stuff, and
We're talking about the people that did the real famous one with the crime scene, or not?
Yeah.
Don't
Yep.
cross. Yeah, they do. There
Yep.
is there's one with a Bigfoot that looks, it's very like throwing stuff at the.
Yeah.
And we that was early on. We featured that.
yeah,
We talked
very
about
early
that.
on. That was actually our first viewer submission too.
Yeah.
So, but
All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
give us
seeing it
your
on their
thoughts
page for the
in the
record.
comments, please. By all means, let us know your thoughts in the comments, because this one is one of those. Again, it's absolutely a filmed video. It's not AI, I don't think,
Yeah.
in any way. But the legitimacy of it seems like it's there. But then when you really break down, is it real or is it not real? So I'm about to throw Matt a curveball before we go into the next one.
Okay.
I want Matt to pull up the Bob Gimlin is alive.
Okay.
The moniker that we can put on the bottom of the screen here, because we're talking Bigfoot, and Bob Gimlin is alive as of recording of this. But
Yep.
if you guys recall, I got a lot of crap on here
Yes, he did.
because when we did probably one of our most famous videos on here, where we talked about some of the evidence, the new evidence that has emerged from Patterson Gimlin, I made the comment that Bob Gimlin had passed away. Now, in all fairness, he's like in his 90s.
He is 94 years old.
But
I'm looking it up. He is actually currently still alive.
I got attacked, man. People were like, "He's
Yeah,
not
you
dead.
did.
He's not dead," which started the whole Bob Gimlin is alive thing. But I said in that video, or after that video, I'm sorry, but like, I did a quick search and the internet told me he had passed away, and I was right.
Right down there.
We have the evidence to back the fact that the internet did in fact tell us that he's dead. What's weird about it is they say he died in 2019, but I know for a fact that I didn't go that in depth. The guy's in his 90s. I assumed it was correct. He was giving interviews after that, so it's mistaken, and that's the thing Matt said earlier. He doesn't always trust what is it, Google's little
the AI overview. Yeah.
And
this is why. Yeah.
And I had very little reason to question it because of his age and stuff. So there you go. But he is still alive as of the recording of this.
So one of the things that comes up is an article from August 8th, 2020.
Yeah, literally, where he gave an interview.
He gave an interview like
after he was supposedly dead.
After he died like a year before.
See, what we've learned is Bob Gimlin is passed away, but he is also a paranormal entity. So he can still give interviews from beyond the grave. No, he is still alive.
He's still very much alive. And you know what? The best way to prove that, Bob Gimlin, shoot us an email. Come on the show. We will gladly interview you, talk about your experiences. I would love to talk to actual living, breathing Bob Gimlin.
That's actually how I found that again, trying to find a contact for Bob Gimlin, because we would absolutely love to talk to him on the show. It would be so cool.
That'd be great.
If by some chance this gets to you or anybody knows a contact for him, let us know. You can email us.
Pass it on. Tell them to get a hold of us.
Gmail.com. You know what else you can do while you're there? If you have a clip you would like to submit it through there. And as you're going to see later on in the show, we will play it and we will discuss it here on the show. So, all right. So the next one is the one I'm excited to talk to you about. I have so many thoughts on this one, but I'm not going to share. I have not shared a single thought I have on this with Matt. I want him to watch it first and get the first initial what I got, and then we'll move on. So this next one I call simply Bigfoot in a tree. This is a really new video, according to what you see around the net. According to the net, this was filmed in December of 2025. And what
Oh,
it appears
so
to show,
very recent then.
very recent, yeah. What it appears to show is a primate-looking creature in a tree, clearly not a bear. Okay, now this is supposed to be here in the United States, which would rule out any of your usual primate suspects. It's a fairly clear video, so like I said, I want to show you the video first, and then I want to get your thoughts before I give you mine. So apparently, this is a hiker in the woods, and this is what he films.
I see you, buddy. It's okay.
Sorry, I'm mesmerized on this one. Holy crap! I'm noticing something that I want to point out.
Holy crap was my first thoughts too.
There's a noise being made.
There is a noise. Now I want to say the original
okay.
clip of this footage, Paul, that noise wasn't in there. So I went searching for the original. This is the original.
See what I'm saying?
All right. Get through this time, and I want to get some of your thoughts.
Okay.
I see you, buddy. It's okay.
All right, Matt. Having watched it through a few times now, first impressions, first thoughts.
If that's not a gorilla, like an escaped gorilla from a zoo, and I know we're going to go a little further into this because I know of some of the things that you've got in there.
Yes, you do.
I haven't watched them, but I know
I have
what
clipped
you're
the
talking
show,
about.
but I titled them. He hasn't seen them, but I titled them.
I want to enhance this video a little bit. I'm going to lighten it up and see if I can get some contrast. I want to see the face because there's a definite face. I'm reminded of a different thing. Okay. So we talked about, I think Kevin was still on the show at the time. We talked about one where I didn't know what the hell it was. I don't think any of us knew what it was. But there was a guy filming stuff in his trees in the backyard.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And he was like pulling down branches. So what I'm noticing in this is, in this video, there is branches and stuff falling from above whatever this thing is.
Here we go.
So there's either a possible second creature in the tree, or
I'm giving you a few seconds before I bust in.
dude, if this one's AI, this is annoying.
I think it's AI.
I
think
hate AI for
I think it's
this
impressive
exact
AI.
thing. It's
and-
very impressive.
And I will get to why I think it's AI.
That foot looks
I think
really
it's legit.
jacked up.
I think it's a real gorilla or chimp in a tree,
Yeah.
like the Nessies we did.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think they then laid AI over top, and here's why I think it. At first, I
Okay.
wasn't sure. I was like, "Oh my god!" So the first thing that hit me was this video runs a little over 20 seconds. Typically, AI does that you generate at home
Yeah.
won't go that long. It usually can't without you clipping it together. That was my first thought. Now, remember, the original I saw did not have the thing making a noise in it. That noise feels added to me. Okay, so we are coming back in. We actually tried to, we kind of cut for a minute. We tried to take this in and do some like contrast and light enhancement to see if we could get some detail. The problem is it's so zoomed in at this point that the more we zoom in, the more pixelated it gets, because this isn't a TV show, CSI. You can't just enhance video.
Yeah.
No
matter how many times you say it over someone's shoulder.
So I do. I think this is AI. Enhance it again.
Enhanced.
Why didn't you just do that in the first place? So you mean you could have enhanced that license plate the whole time? Then why did you wait till I told you to? Yes, I think it's AI. I think it's AI over top of an existing video of a primate. I don't think this is in the U.S. at all. But here's what I think. Why I think some AI was used here. I think it's impressive. But the first one is I have there are two things that happen in this that give me a lot of pause. The first one is a clip I have for you that it's random debris. So let's watch what I call the random debris. Watch that this debris falls out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Not that, but some of it right here. Watch. It'll appear extra debris falls from the right. It doesn't come from above. His hand almost, or the branch in
It's
his
holding
hand
on to it, and yeah,
turned to debris. In the second debris footage, it's like it like he's got a hand there and it just
then
falls
the hand,
away. Look.
yeah, the hand's gone. It's, okay, yeah,
And if you pay attention, the debris doesn't fall from anywhere in some of these. Now, one of them he reaches up and it almost grabs something down,
yeah.
but that debris right there just forms out of nowhere. Watch, right in the middle of the screen.
Huh.
I think that's AI hiding stuff. I think somebody hid a break in the clip or something. Then. And you can kind of watch that a couple times. But again, if you watch closely, some of that debris just comes out of like I watch it form in front of the screen. It doesn't fall from above. Some of it appears.
Yeah.
Right. That'd be a real clever way of hiding it.
And I'm going to go back to the original one, play that so you can see just full context.
Yes. Just watch the middle. Some of it falls from above, but some of it just sort of poofs and falls.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay.
And then he does reach up and pull some down, but like that, it's just falling. And now he pulls sort of, but it doesn't look like he actually grabs.
He also went through a branch.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other bit was his foot, which I have a foot video. It looks.
We call this the Tarantino clip.
It
it looks very rigid.
But I do see toes after it sits still.
Yeah.
And
we're talking about the left side, right? The left side of the screen?
Correct. And because he'll put his foot up on a branch and like it looks fake. And then suddenly I noticed toes, but I didn't notice them. I don't know. It looks like a smudged blob is my problem.
I might be playing the wrong clip, actually.
Yeah, because I definitely don't see his foot. There we go. There's his foot. And then it looks like a smudged blob at first, and then you'll see toes there.
Kind of form, yeah.
Like there, I see toes.
There you go.
But it doesn't start off with toes. Now he could be turning his foot, maybe, but it's very smudgy and blobby until it isn't.
And also,
I think
they, if this is AI, we'll say there's a high likelihood that it is. They had to have intentionally been like, okay, now get a good shot of the foot in there. And then, hey, good, there you go. Good shot of the foot.
Well, actually, I mean, I zoom in. They kind of don't.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. Here's what I actually think. Now, I said it could be a primate or a gorilla or something. I actually don't think it is. I think this is a video taken here in the States of a small bear. If you watch videos of a bear climbing a tree, I actually see a lot that would lead me to that. Then I think they AI'd it and said make it look like a gorilla or a primate over top of the bear. That to me, that arm looks fake, but the way it hugs the tree here and the way the foot kicks out, that's the way a bear would climb a tree.
Yeah.
There's so much about this that looks like a bear. I think they just AI'd primate over top of it and then they called it. Now, I don't know. You guys please give your thoughts.
Yeah. And if you know the original source of this, like, and when I say original source, somebody somewhere has a non-AI version of this.
Which I looked for. And you want to know what's funny? When I ran this through the filters and stuff to try to find it, you know what kept coming up? Very similar, not the same, but similar looking clips of bears climbing trees. Not the same clip. I could not find the exact clip. The original clip, though, it says who it is. It's a TikTok video, and it says who posted it at the top. But I love that Matt had the first initial, like, oh my God, like me.
Yeah, no, it was very convincing. And then I watched it like 4 or 5 more times. I was like, oh, wait a minute, hang on.
You start
noticing some things. Yeah. The debris coming from above and all that.
Yeah, I love that you pointed it out. And I'm like, right. And why I laughed when you said it was because, like, yeah, that could be explained. Problem is, what you haven't noticed yet is the debris that just the debris
just like
that
forms and falls.
And falls at the same time. And I'm like, yeah, that's a really clever way to hide something.
Some George Orwell stuff here.
Yeah. So I think it's AI. I think it's we've talked about it on the show. There's multiple types of AI, and the most convincing is usually AI that's laid over top of an existing video to enhance it. And if you haven't watched it, we did a shorter one about these little tank kept Nessie monsters that people were and we they're all AI, we believe.
I'll throw one up on screen.
Some of them look real, especially the one that we think is like a Cosmos. Right, and we think they filmed the real fish and a real tank, and their tanks look real, and then they added over. So that's a bummer that one might be fake. But this next one, Matt, I mean, 100% the video is not fake. The question is what we are seeing a Sasquatch or something else? So this one I call Bigfoot caught in IMAX. There was a 2001 documentary, which was filmed specifically for IMAX. It was called The Great North. Now, in one of the scenes, we see a herd of caribou running. Now, this is actually like what was you went to IMAX, this is what you saw. They didn't notice it. They didn't catch it, and you'll understand why. They're pretty far distance, but a figure is going to pop up. It's going to run a few steps, and then it's going to duck. Now, I want to say a couple things. The crew, when asked about it, they gave a couple suggestions. I won't tell you what they thought they could be. But the director of this film, William Reeve, he has said many times, look, it's not a crew member. It's not a crew member. It's no one from our crew was out there. They would not have been. We would not have let them.
Yeah. Because that's kind of like a big no-no with documentary crews, especially with like nature documentaries.
Not only that, but when you see where they are, you would be, this person is stupid and insane. The second thing is he said he doesn't believe it's a bear, and he explains why, which I'll get into. And he's like, where we were and what we were filming, for another human being to just have been out there just by themselves would be really, really bizarre. It's just really far away from anything normal. So let's go ahead and watch this clip. And then, again, this is a legit thing that we're watching. This isn't, this is the actual cut from IMAX. There it is. And down it goes. Don't worry. We're going to show you way more, because there it could just be anything, right?
Yeah. But to be in like a herd of...
And down it goes.
That is... Okay, yeah. They're very remote.
Yes, they're extremely remote. Yeah, the chances that some random person would be out here would be weird. Okay.
Yeah.
He has stated that. He said it's not a crew member. None of my crew members would have been there. The caribou are freaking running, for Pete's sake.
And there's a lot of them too.
They're filming a nature documentary. No one would have been down there. Now, it's possible somebody could have been down there setting something up when they started to run, and so they're just trying to keep out of the shot, which is what people have tried to say, and we think it's a crew member trying to get out of the shot. But I have some thoughts.
I have a thought as well. Something I just noticed that you didn't
hear your
bring
thought.
up. It's got something on its back.
Oh, you see, I think it just looks like it's hunched over a little bit, but
No, it looks like there's a smaller one, like it's carrying a baby, like on its back, maybe. Or here's another thought: maybe it's somebody who's hunting these caribou, and then sees the film crew and is like, "Oh, hang on, can't do that on camera." And you could, but probably wouldn't. It'd be kind of frowned upon.
So
see, there's something like right there on its back.
The way it moves, and
it is hunched a little bit. Yeah,
I get why people thought this, right? So people thought it almost looks like a mountain biker riding, except it can't be. And
why would he stop where he's at?
Here's what they would have. What we just saw is them fall off. If that's the case, they don't. They duck down. That's not like 3 pedals and then nothing. That's not the way a mountain bike works.
Yeah.
But you also see it bobbing up and down like a run, and then it literally ducks, not falls, ducks.
Yeah.
So it's not a mountain bike.
It ducks, and it almost looks like it sits down on the ground.
It's most definitely not.
It kind of goes back a little bit when it goes to.
There's nothing bear about that at all.
For the record, we analyze a lot of these like it's the Zapruder film, and we're just trying to see back and to the left of all of this, because like we said, this is very, very remote. There is a lot of caribou potentially stampeding. I know they're just kind of going through their usual migratory patterns and all that, but if they got spooked, that, light jog could become a full-on stampede.
100%. You're right. Which, okay, so here's a couple things to add to what you just said.
I'm intentionally leaving it on the screen so you can see it as big as we can.
Let's say it really was a crew member, and they just don't want to admit it because, hey, they could get in trouble, for having somebody out there.
Yeah.
It would be smart that what they chose to do, I got to get out of the shot, but if I go down in this little crevice, the chances are the caribou aren't going to run down into this thing.
Yeah.
They're going to avoid it, which would also be what, some kind of cryptid would think if it was out there too. Here's the thing. If it's a crew member, they got to be wearing some kind of black coat with a hood because it's just one solid color. There's no, you don't see distinguishing like flesh tones or hat or any of that. What I want you to look at when we do the close-up, and I want you to think real hard about it, if it's the way it's hunched and moving, think about the way you would see a chimp run with its shoulders hunched.
Yeah, it's kind of doing
and then watch this thing move. Which
also
moves very much like
kind of gives a little bit more credence to there being something on its back. And I should also say we've featured a video where there's an alleged Sasquatch hunting a deer. So there's a good possibility it's hunting these caribou as well.
Or it was just down at the water when they decided. Like literally, there's so many reasons why it would have been here.
Yeah.
Like Matt said, it could have been hunting caribou. It
also, we're seeing caribou swimming too, which is not super common to see.
It could have been fishing, like hunting for fish. It could have been bathing or drinking. It could have been doing anything. And there are so many reasons why it might have been here.
Yeah.
Like why something else might have been here. It also seems to me like if you're filming a documentary and a crew member gets in the shot, now you can't just not, okay, we got to get rid of the shot. This isn't staged. So you get the shots when you get them, but couldn't they have edited them out for that like couple of frames? Like it seems like it would have been really easy to get rid of that crew member and no one noticed. Like I could do it.
Yeah, digitally, not like make them disappear in the wilderness.
No, it is 2001. This is 2001. It's not. But they were doing that stuff in 2001, and it's not like it's a couple of frames, so it just seems like it would have been really easy.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is whether you think it's a cryptid or Sasquatch or a crew member. Here's the thing: no one's ever been able to give an explanation. No one.
Yeah.
Like I said, the director swears that it's not a crew member, and he wasn't out here making it. This isn't a documentary about Bigfoot, guys. It's called the Great North. That's what it's a documentary about. This was filmed. This was watched on IMAX. They didn't take that out. No one pointed it out. I think viewers saw it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I just
side note. Let's also talk about the size of a caribou. Okay, they're pretty big. They're not like the size of a deer. They're not quite elk size, but
thing looks bigger.
Okay, for those who don't know, and surprisingly there's people in the world who don't, caribou are also known as reindeer. So all the same thing that you think of when you think of a reindeer, that's what these are. That's the size that you're going with. So kind of the size of a small horse. Like these are pretty big. So if you think about the size comparison of whatever that is in the background, you got to also compare it to size of me and my animal facts, man.
No, that's not. Yeah,
that's what I thought you were getting at.
And I'm just every time I see it do a certain thing, the thing that people thought looked like a biker actually looks to me like it's almost pulling itself with his arms, which is just something a primate would do. It's so weird. It like drives forward with it, like with its arms. It's so bizarre to me. And every time I see it, like on the one shot, I'm like, there, boom, boom. Watch the arms go. Poof, poof. And again, why would a person do that? Unless they're carrying something, which is possible too. But I just don't. You're in the shot. You got some equipment, and all these things start running, and you gotta get out of the shot. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. Either they're lying, and there was somebody in the shot, or it's something we don't know. I don't think it's a random person. It's not a bear, and I don't think it's a person on a mountain
Oh, it's
bike.
definitely not a bear. Yeah.
Person on a mountain bike makes zero sense to me. It's
Yeah.
not what it is. Boom. See, watch the arms. Boom, boom. There they go. Try every time. I just notice it.
I mean, like I said, if it's a camera person, they have got their equipment on their back, which people out in the wilderness filming documentaries, they're going to have as much stuff on their back as possible. They're not going to be carrying it in front of them in like a crate. They're going to have it on their back to make it as light and as easy to move as possible. But we've also seen the Independence Day Bigfoot footage where there's a Sasquatch or a creature of some kind carrying something in front. But I've also seen videos of chimps and gorillas where the baby latches onto their back.
Correct. Now
carried them on their back, so there's a good possibility of that. So.
Weird, but like, we're not saying this is definitely a Sasquatch. Here's the weird thing to me. It almost looks more like just a chimp to me than a Sasquatch to me. Like,
which would be even stranger to have a chimp out.
Would be really weird.
I assume would be Canada up here. So
who knows? Who knows? What's cool is this one's 25 years old, and no one has ever been able to explain it in a way that they can just say, well, that's definitively what it is. There have been theories, but nothing has ever. And it's cool that this one was caught in a nature documentary, and on IMAX. This wasn't like.
By the way, some of my favorite movie-going experiences have been nature documentaries in IMAX. For the record,
I watched them too.
I watched one about Humboldt squid one time, and it was terrifying. It was probably one of the scariest movies I saw that year.
That's fair.
Not even a joke. Like that, it was insanely scary. Like deep ocean, and then just squid doing this to the screen the whole time.
I've seen some of that stuff.
No, I don't need to go in the ocean ever for any reason.
I mean,
I don't. Not in the water, like above it maybe, but
So we have one more clip that was submitted, but before we do that, let's go ahead and let the folks know how they can get in contact with us, what they need to do actually, because again, you can email us. We gave you that a little bit ago, but it's KindaCreepyShow@gmail.com. If you have a clip or anything you would like to talk about, or a story, because we love the stories, send it there. That's a great way. We, of course, are on the social medias. You can get in touch with us through those, or that always works as well. Mm-hmm. You can follow us here, or follow us. You can subscribe here, but you can leave comments when you do that. So what you could do is you could comment and tell us what you'd like us to talk about
down there,
or give us your thoughts on a video. Right? You can give us a thumbs up and like the video, and don't make fun of my weird thumbs. I got weird thumbs. Sorry, it's just the way it is. You can like it. That actually helps the show a lot. But most importantly, what you need to do is hit subscribe, and you need to do that real soon, because you might be
number 300.
300. I think we're by the time we do this, we may even be there. I don't know. We're real close.
Currently sitting at 291. So you got time, guys.
What does that mean? Nothing. We just think you're cool.
We'll put your name on the screen down there.
Unless you don't want us to.
Unless you don't want us to, in which case we'll just say, hey, thanks for being the 300 subscriber.
By name, he means
you know who you are.
Your YouTube handle.
Yeah. We're not going to dox you or anything.
We'll put your whole name if you want us to. We'll give you
it's up to you. Yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't, but if you want us to, maybe you're weird like that. We don't know. Okay. So
some of you creeps are freaky like that.
You can send us a video, or just a link to the video, which is what we were sent. Jacob sent us a link to the video, and asked us our thoughts on it. And I love when people do that, because I love to go watch them and give my thoughts on it. It just so happened this one happened to be a Bigfoot video, and I got it this morning, so I was like, we're going to go ahead and talk about it. This is what he sent us. Let's go ahead and play it. Matt, you have not watched this yet.
I have not watched this, and for the record, for those of you who don't know, Jake is my brother. He's my younger brother. So he's been in a previous video.
Squatch Watchers on YouTube is who this comes from. They are they are Bigfoot hunters. This video was actually given to them. They didn't They didn't go out and get it themselves. This was, somebody sent this into them, and they play it. You should go over, check them out. They have a lot of videos, a lot of shorts, their stuff that's submitted to them, things like that. This is not a long clip, so let's go ahead and watch it.
Since the 60s. Okay. Yeah. It's very similar.
Yes, we see.
Very long arms.
Yeah, I have so many thoughts on this that are just. And when they say this, I think in the video, like, this is one that could be really, like, studied hard.
Yeah.
So, trail camera.
It's
We talked
moving.
about it earlier.
Yeah.
That pans.
Yeah.
I actually looked into it. They do exist.
Okay.
That is that thing. And I want to be very clear about the way it pans. Watch it in the full video. It snaps. It gets to the end and it, like, stops abruptly, like snaps, which is what a automatic pan would do. Watch this. It follows the movement when it reaches a certain spot, very mechanically, not like a person, and stop. Perfect stop. It's not what a person would do.
Yeah, it's like it got to the end of its limitation as far as where
Correct.
it
It
can
can
go.
only pan so far, and they do exist. I made sure before we said anything
Okay.
that they do make trail cams. Now this is different because it's the zoom and the tilt is not part of the actual videos you see or watch. Because right when it starts to get out of the frame, that's when it follows it, and it only follows it to a certain point. And I think that is an automatic
Like
pan.
motion detect and pan.
100%. All we know about this is that it was supposedly taken on a trail cam and sent to them. Wow. So I have so many things about this. I just saw this for the first time this morning. I went and read some comments to see what people thought, and everybody's saying the same thing. There's muscle definition. If this guy is jacked. This thing is a beast. But if that's a costume, it is an expensive ass costume, like really detailed, expensive, because the way the muscle tone goes, the arms, they're, like Matt said, they're very long and they're moving naturally. That's not the length of people's arms. Those arms are almost as long as those legs, which is very common in Sasquatch video.
And the confidence that it's walking with, not just
That's
like
right.
a swagger, but like
Somebody
it
said
knows
that.
it's like these are my woods.
One of the comments said
Yeah.
exactly what you just said, dude. It was like, man, this dude got some swagger.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like it just what I mean by that is it knows the terrain. Like it's confidently walking. Like if I'm walking down a sidewalk, it's flat ground, I'm usually going to be fine. I will probably trip on a crack in that sidewalk, but most of the time you're pretty confident that you're going to be fine walking through that area. This thing knows the area and is not worried about tripping over a log or anything. It knows where to step, where not to step. But yes, the swagger that it has of just, I know this area, I'm just going to walk, I'll be fine. So
I want to point out the things I notice.
Okay.
It's lean and muscular, which is how I would figure something out living out.
This is Patty's boyfriend on the side is what this
lean
is.
and it's got pectorals, man.
Yeah.
Like it's got pectorals. I don't think there's a female, but I think it's got like pecs. Okay. The neck goes forward and the head is in front.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a costume. That's not what you do. You
Shoulders
don't
are huge too.
Do what?
The shoulders.
Oh
like,
my God.
Like the whatever. I got a friend who's a semi-pro wrestler, and he does like a lot of bodybuilding stuff, and like whatever these muscles are that kind of like connect the side of your neck to your shoulders, they're huge. Like we give him a hard time that he can't scratch his back, and he actually can't because his muscles are so big and defined right there. And that's kind of like something I'm seeing in this is it looks like that area is just really like big and well defined in that area. So shout out to Curtis, by the way. He's
have you ever seen
GANNON.
You ever seen the like muscle suits that they'll wear underneath, like the real ones, the tight ones that cost a lot of money?
Yeah.
There's a guy online named Cosplay Chris. If you guys don't know, check him out. he actually owns one of those and wears it. So it's not a cheap thing. And he has to wear that under an actual costume, which bulks him up a little bit. That's how defined this is. So you would somehow have to have one of those and then a skin tight fur costume, which I don't think exists.
Put a picture
this
of him in his
sense.
suit up there if I can find one.
To make that make sense, the fur costume would have to be so skin tight because it's not bulky. This is not bulky.
Yeah.
Right. This looks like
This looks like the exact opposite of the backhoe video.
the last thing I want to point out is the arms. Look at them in the slow motion close up shot. That's legit. That's not the dangling arm. They're moving like they would move if a person was walking. This is walking like a bodybuilder, like The Rock would come out to his music at WWE. Man, this is how he's walking. Look at that, just like a buff thing walking. And I don't think it's AI. Did reach a couple people that thought it was an AI Bigfoot on a real background, but I don't think so. It doesn't look AI to me. It doesn't move AI to me. But unfortunately, this is the clip we got, and I can explain why we don't have more of this clip, because if it's a limited view on trail cam, that's all we're going to get. We're going to get when it moves in front of the view, and when that view is out, we're not going to get any more. I do want to point out that it does come from behind the tree. It doesn't start. It doesn't start like it's not standing stationary, moves. You see it come all the way through. Unfortunately, we just don't have a lot of info. I tried. Squatch Watchers was given the video. I'm hoping they have more info, but they haven't released any of that info. Look at the ankles, man.
Yeah.
Look at the ankles. Like, it's insane. See,
you see it before the tree.
Before it hits the tree, it starts in, yeah. One more of the close up and watch the ankles. Like, they're not bulky. There's no bunching like a costume.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
This is bordering on Raytown UFO. Of us watching this over and over again.
Unless we find out it's 100% fake, in which case
we'll update if we find out it's fake. So
I'm hoping there'll be more info. Go check out Squatch Watchers. This is who posted the video originally.
Yeah. I'll see about tagging them in this video as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if we can get a hold of them.
Get some updates, because this is a really cool piece of footage. So
thank
you, Jacob, for sending that in again. If you guys have something,
I'm glad I didn't watch that until now.
Yeah, this morning
seeing it on a bigger screen too is kind of.
The second I watched it, I was like, we gotta put this on, man, because this is just too legit. If that person is a person in a costume, not only is it an incredible costume,
it's too legit to quit.
Hey, and then they're moving so like
swagalicious.
It's just too it's very hard unless it's.
I like that he agreed that it was swagalicious.
Swagalicious, yeah. The only way this could
Bigfoot got that.
I don't think it's costume. It just doesn't look like AI to me, man. Could be though. I hate AI. It's become a real problem.
Yeah,
I don't think it is. So.
And if it is, this is pretty good. I will also point out a little bit that I've noticed. Now, granted, it is kind of going in slow motion, but even when it's like in the regular speed, there's a little bit of motion blur that's going on with it as well.
Which would help debunk AI. The other thing is it does things like bump into branches that then sway.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Also, the trees are moving.
There's several of them. Watch. It'll brush along things and then they'll continue to move in the background, which would suggest not AI.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Yet.
Yet.
Give it time.
Yeah. Skynet's coming for everybody, guys. Just saying.
Weird. Skylink is what he called it. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Well, guys, that's it. That's our show for this week. If you guys, like I said, if you have thoughts or opinions, leave it in the comments or email us. Let us know. If you know any information about any of these clips, please let us know. Check out the people we recommended, because you should just go check out their channels. We like to give credit. We think, and they have so much over there. We do have one thing. I think Matt wanted to give a real quick update on someone.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
last week.
Yeah, last week we did our updates.
Wrap up, which was a long one, but I featured somebody that we talked about in the past, and I gave an update, and I said about him, like, maybe it's fake, maybe it's not, but I have a lot of fun with these videos regardless.
Yeah.
Matt, do you want to explain what you found and why you found it?
Yeah. So for those who watch the show and don't know, I edit the videos before we put them up, and I have a curious mind. So every once in a while, I'll see something and go, I wonder what that means. Well, we talked about DAVO VALKRAT in the previous episode, and we've actually, that was an update to a previous time that we had talked about his channel in the past. So in the edit, what I did was I was putting this on screen, which you see down here, and I got curious to see what the words in his bio were. So I threw it into Google Translate. And actually on the last episode, while I was editing it, I said, we really need to learn Spanish. That was actually before I had actually gotten curious and translated this.
In the last week, we've both learned Spanish.
Yeah, not all of Spanish, but Google Translate of what he said. Yeah. So yeah, you can see the words that it says on there. That actually translates from Spanish to English as, what you see on this channel is 90% entertainment. Horror is a part of us. So that pretty much answers the question of whether or not his channel was real or fake. And it's all basically, I would consider them short films that he's filmed around his house. And Jay's right. They are very entertaining. I will also back Jay up on this. If he's filming that all that audio and editing it afterwards, he's doing it on the same camera.
Really good job.
That audio is very convincing. And in my opinion, the audio is far more convincing than the video itself. Like the figures that he films on
and the timing of the audio with his reactions, he's really good at.
Yeah.
It. And I said on that the last episode, like, it might not be real, but regardless, like you said, it's entertaining as hell, and so it's still worth a fun watch. And I actually appreciate that he's telling people up front.
Yeah,
we just didn't speak Spanish. So
we don't speak Spanish, and hey, that's skeptical believers. We're believing stuff until we find out that we shouldn't sometimes, and this is one of those cases. But if anything, we may feature DAVO some other time, and just know, and we will say it that it is not a legitimate video, but his videos are very entertaining and very well made. So,
and creepy as hell.
So, very creepy videos.
You should still check them out.
100%. Yeah, go check them out.
I said, appreciate that he's telling you that what it is up front. Yep. The original time I had seen him, though, the clip was on another paranormal channel. So that's what we do, man. We dig in until we can find what we can find. So, guys, really thank every one of you for coming here each week and watching our stuff. Thank you for all the feedback and all the stuff we've heard from you. We really, really appreciate it. Please let us know your thoughts on the Sasquatch videos you watched today. Do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? Let us know. I think that's about it. Thank you guys very much. Until next week, when we don't know what we're talking about, you hear the ghosts in my house. Until then, guys, remember, there's one thing you need to do. Keep it creepy.
This is kinda creepy. Goosebumps rising on my spine.